wives in the church, and they tell them, don't you tell anybody. Or a dad who's molesting a child says, don't you tell anybody, this is our secret. How is that child, and at what age are you dealing with trying to inform them about these things? And you do need some sex education in schools.
Okay, well,
Because
wow,
my
okay.
husband went to a sixth grade, I can't give you all the details, he can probably do that. But they took all the boys and the dads had them come to them. And the questions they got from those children were really interesting. Some of them thought you only had sex to get a baby. That was the only time you had sex once. And we got these little kids. Another one thought sex went on for days, or hours, or whatever. So there was some element that we need to teach young children, because parents, just like parents don't always want to talk sex education of any kind to their kids. They don't want to say. And then you find out that those kids who are being molested come out in their 30s. It's a little late to come out in your 30s and accuse a priest of molesting you. You should have been able to at 10 or 5. So how does your group handle informing children about those things if there's no sex education in there?
Okay, so like, your question is like, how do you deal with educating children to be able to protect themselves if you don't have sex ed? Is that basically your question?
How do you, with anything, but not just sex ed.
Okay,
How do you tell a 10-year-old in your program about abuse?
What we're doing, okay.
Because abuse is sexually molesting somebody, usually.
There's
Not
here's the
just
first
being-
basic,
not
'cause
just-
I gotta wrap it up, so just to give other people a chance to ask a question. Okay, you can teach children that somebody shouldn't touch you somewhere without giving somebody the intricacies of sexual intercourse. In fact, I mean, for hundreds of years, the United States is, okay, no, okay, just let me answer the question now. Okay, so now here's the deal. The idea of that sex that kids need, or that we should have sex ed in the schools, this is a very novel concept. This is not something that was in place for, for decades. And, things went pretty well. But I think I would say to you, you have like basic, public health instructions you can give children. Don't let someone touch you here or there. They shouldn't be showing you obscene pictures. But the notion that you should be giving comprehensive sex ed to a child, this is a modern concept. It actually starts with Alfred Kinsey, and that guy is such a creep, I don't have enough time.
But who communicates that information?
This is what should be done by parents, it should be done by churches, or should be other things. I don't think it should be in schools. That's my standard on that. Sex ed should not be in schools at all. It would actually solve a lot of problems, especially having boys and girls together learning sex ed. Crazy. Okay, any other questions?
Go ahead.
Can I have a few more, please? Okay, I'll give you one quick here, Tom. I just want to say, this idea that I think most children know what sexual abuse is. I was abused by a female for years when I was 4 years old, right through to 8 or 9 years old. I knew exactly what it was,
Who did you tell about it?
I didn't tell anybody.
Why not?
Because
Why not?
I have my own personal reasons for it. But the thing is, I didn't tell anybody about it. But somebody found out about it because she was doing it to somebody else, and then I got shamed by my parish priest for it. Right? No, I knew what it was. But the thing about it is, this is
intuitive, isn't there?
this is a spiritual battle. This is what Elijah went through. This is the return of Ishtar, and I'll tell you why. Because that flag is a religious symbol. These people are practicing a religion.
Absolutely.
And because of it, they hate the notion of Christ. So I'm telling you that all these people who are trying to sexualize our kids and laughing about it, they've got a real deep spiritual problem. And it's us as guys, as men, that we've dropped the ball. Because I tell you this, 30 years ago, if a man had gone into a female's locker room, a 13-year-old girl's locker room, there'd be guys down there with pickaxe handles. And now we just allow it to happen. It's got to be parabens in the soap or something. Because it's like we've lost our masculinity and we need to get it back. Sorry about that.
Bravo to everything you said, I appreciate you.
Okay, I'm going
Thank you, Tom.
just for time-wise, I am going to try to figure out how to use